There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
You ready? Flag, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Winston. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Here we go, here we go. Mike, here we go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
And the Lions first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Don't be scared of it.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
36-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Easy, easy, easy. You got motion. Back up, back up. Johnny.
Now Winston. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels themselves a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 11-yard line.
Ready? Blue lady. Mike 50. Flip, flip, flip. Easy, easy, easy. Pop, 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 pop.
Now they'll run on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
3rd and goal. Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
A 42-yard attempt.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check 49, check 49.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Winston flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
following the penalty. It's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
A first down throw for Winston. Screen play, Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Ready? Black 22.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll come out in the pistol. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. To throw is Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rodgers. Complete to Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Get 300. Get 300. Che, wahoo.
Throwing is Rodgers. Able to find Isabella. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
18. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On play action, now Rodgers. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's going to go down again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
You can't block me. Check 3, check 3.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Rodgers now on first down. And that's complete to Adams. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Lions' 18-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Jump out! Get in the weight room! Get in the weight room!
They'll try the right side with Jones. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Jones. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. 1, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got 1 there. On first down, Rodgers. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
319. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Alert 3. Alert 3. Inside. Back to north.
Rodgers now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
The Lions take over first and 10
We gonna work.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And the Lions first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones into flat. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Rodgers. James has it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Mike.
319. You're going to see me in your nightmare.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Rodgers going to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
319. Check 30.
Check three.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And again, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Rodgers now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They go back to the ground with Jones. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
52's the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Undercut.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Ready? Flag. What are you doing?
We got to get this stop.
Wait.
Shit.
On 2nd down now. It's Carter. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On third down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, the second down throw on target. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
319.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Able to find Isabella. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 21 yards there on third down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On first down, it's Jones, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Back one. Mike 48. Mike 319.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, that's Allison. 7 yards there and a first down. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Hey, they're scared.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, and he whips that one incomplete there.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
At the 15-yard line.
Green 18. Box it.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Ready? Hey.
Come on. Contact. Wait.
Winston now from the 50. Looking middle, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Play fake. Winston. He'll get this one to Galladay. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Let's get off the field. Easy.
Winston now to throw on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again with Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Za'Darius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
36.
They'll go again to Jones. Got some room at the 30. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big run there by Jones. And even 70 yards on the pickup.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Jones. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
The Packers on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
319.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Out. Farm down. Stand up in.
They'll try again with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
319.
Stay with your man.
26.
Mike 51. 3 buzz.
319.
Here's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now the try here for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Winston. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston, screenplay, Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Jameis to throw it. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Ready. Black, we do that.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Easy, easy, easy.
A 1st down throw for Winston. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, pick it up. Three, Timothy.
Now Winston. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Lions.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Easy, easy, easy. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go. Let's go.
From the gun, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Packers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Lions, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.